Okay, hi Gemini. This will be your monthly reading for the month of April. Okay. All right, Gemini. Let's see what's in store for Geminis, please. The month of April. Okay. Okay. So, a couple things that jump out right away are movement cards, whether that's physically moving, or just moving on in general. I'm not sure yet. I haven't really looked. And stability. Stability is on the table for definitely for the month of April. So concerns around stability, issues around stability, not issues like bad. I don't mean that. Just it's going to be a theme, a main theme during April. So you start off with the Sun card. So that is awesome. That's bright and cheerful, and that's a good. I think the last couple of readings I've done for Gemini have been like a little tough. So it's nice to see the Sun card and this bright new energy coming out. That is really wonderful. Very, very good. I like that. And then let's see, what do we have? Four Swords. Okay, that's good. Okay, hold on one second. So we got 1, 2. Okay, 2. All right. And then Page of Swords and 6 of Swords. Okay. Okay. All right. Little odd reading. There's a lot of themes. There's like truth. Because the King of Swords fell out earlier, and I don't usually like with the readings I've been doing this. I do different layouts each time, pretty much. But in this one, the previous videos I've been doing, I haven't really been using like any type of signifier. But this did fall out, so I kind of felt like using it. And King of Swords, is about definitely laying down the law, and facing truths and that sort of thing. You have this like taking a break card, from the Sun energy, which maybe you guys were burning a little too bright, and kind of need to tone it down a little bit. I'm usually not one to recommend that because I think that's awesome, if you're bright and energetic and all that kind of stuff. But there may need, also too, sometimes this is the card of Leo, because that's their, in astrology, that's their sign. So it could just be kind of taking a break in that sense. But I think it's more you and kind of this vibrant energy, but also kind of needing to, so, kind of, it's like a mixed thing. And that's cool. Gemini, you can handle that. You can handle two things, two sides of your personality. And that's kind of what I see here. It's like going out, being vibrant, feeling alive, because the sun is out now, it's spring. And well, for most of you, depending on where you live, if you're on the East Coast, sorry, but hopefully, by then, April, I would think, hopefully, God, I don't know, been at it for a while. I'm not on the East Coast, but I have friends back there, and I'm sorry. I feel terrible for them, putting up with these storms. But, for most of you, it's like I'm saying, the sun in general, metaphorically, it's spring, the sun is out, you feel vibrant, you're out doing stuff, feeling good, all that type of thing. But you're also taking the time to kind of go inside and reflect a little bit too. So, I kind of like that balance, actually. I think that's good if that is what you're doing. if it's not what you're doing, maybe it's suggesting that you kind of do that. Okay, that could be as well. And because this is definitely a month of truths, like really, really, really facing. I think if I remember in your last few readings, you had like the Two of Swords where you kind of weren't dealing with it. I think that was kind of like a common theme before. I don't see that here this time. I see more kind of dealing with truths. Okay. Lots of mental activity, but that's not surprising to see in a Gemini reading because, you guys are very on the, you have a lot of, mental activity. You guys, you're very intelligent and you absorb a lot of information, so that makes sense. And I see a lot of that going on here. So the Page of Swords comes in. So, you have this vibrant kind of start and then, maybe kind of take a break, kind of relax a little bit, go within, think about things a little. And then this sort of the Page of Swords here I see is very annoying. This like kind of annoying page comes through and it kind of like takes you out of that vibe that you were in, with the vibrant sun and the kind of chilling and, that kind of stuff and says, no, damn it, face the truth, with the King of Swords, it's like, I just get that vibe, from him. I mean, sometimes it's children and it could be an air sign child, that could be too, that needs your attention. That could very well be, but this page needs your attention. That's what I see. But I think it's like messages of truth. And the page is saying, no, really take a look at this, and it's being annoying about it and like making you do it. Okay. You have the Six of Swords next, which is about movement. So sometimes it's about literal moving and literal movement of like residents and things like that. That's possible. We do have the Chariot card here as well. Other times it's about moving on. Okay. You could be getting job offers too, that could be happening. You might be a little bored right now also, that could be, you might start off kind of vibrant and like wanting to have this like great April and, with that sun card there, wanting to do like these, really fun kind of things. But then there's just still this page won't let you let go of this, whatever this is, this little, and I'll try to clarify it, this little truth going on. And, it wants to move you, it wants to propel you forward. That's what the page wants to do. It wants to propel you forward. And it wants to take you out of this sort of not facing things or boredom. Okay. And then we move right into the Chariot card, which is full force movement. Okay. So you will definitely be moving forward into something. Now, that something may be a job or some sort of new type beginning regarding your stability, okay? Because we have the Three of Coins. So for some of you who have just started things, maybe started new businesses, for some of you who are artisans, of some type, skilled craft workers, that type of deal, that's what that card usually kind of represents. Otherwise, it could just be business things and new clients, okay? But you're moving forward into that. So I do see that you are moving towards a busier time. So the first part, is a little something, but then like the Chariot is driving you, and it's right underneath the Sun card too. So this is really propelling you with even more energy, than the Chariot already is a whole lot. It's a force, to be reckoned with. It's going, but with that Sun card above it too, that just kind of gives that extra charge, is what I see. So I think you're going to come out of some period of a stalling type thing, and this page is definitely propelling you towards that. And I think that it's going to take some time before you really get his message of what this page is trying to tell you. But once you do, you're going to like run with it. Okay. And, like I said, then you run right into the Three of Pentacles, which is a very good, good sign of stability. Well, not stability. It's the beginning of, that type of thing. It's about building things and creating things and being admired for your work also. So then you go into the Six of Pentacles pretty quickly after that. So that is nice, and that is a beautiful harmonious balance. So you know it's a good stable position. So if this is a new job that you are charging right into, it could be something you like very much that could, you know, bring out your artistic abilities, even if it doesn't seem like it's like that kind of job, even if it seems like it's the most boring office job or something like that, it could still somehow, there's like the potential to bring out your creative abilities to make it a little bit more interesting to you. Okay. And bring a little bit more harmony and stability to you as well. You know, with the Six of Coin, that's a nice, good omen. Okay. Now you have the Five of Swords. What do I want to say about that? Because it goes right into the Ace of Wands. So, you know, fives are just conflict and you know, mental conflict, mental anguish. You're going right into the Ace of Wands. So I don't think this is going to, oh, this is right under the Six of Swords. Oh, that's interesting. So let's see. Oh my God, why can't I? Yeah, okay. Got it. Sorry. Took me a minute. Okay. So, all right, why would the Six of Swords then? What would that be? Why are we recommending this energy, or are we saying this is not good energy? I'm not sure. Why the Five of Swords? What have we won and at what cost here? Okay, looking at the balance. Okay. Okay, I think here's the message. It took me a minute because it's a little odd the way that it falls in between these, because it doesn't, you know, we go from Six of Pentacles, which is pretty nice and harmonious, and then flanked by the Ace of Wands, which is a nice new beginning. But then right in the middle, the Five of Swords, and it just wasn't fitting. But now I think I'm kind of getting the message, because it's right underneath the Six of Swords, which is, as you recall, it's about like moving forward, okay? And sometimes literally moving, but I think this one's about moving forward, okay? And that Page of Swords is pushing you in that direction. So I think what this is kind of saying, the Five of Swords sometimes is, you know, it typically the definition is like, you know, the standard textbook definition is kind of like winning a battle, but at what cost? Okay. And, you know, to clarify it, I pulled the Hermit card. So I almost feel, you know, and it's also sometimes like a smugness and a righteousness, you know, like it's somebody who, you know, like in other words, like if you were having an argument with someone and, you know, like if I were having an argument with someone and I knew that I could like cut them to pieces, you know, with something, and, you know, I know that that will, like, ultimately then like I'll win, you know, I'll have the upper hand, you know, but is that the right thing to do? You know, so that's what this card is saying. So if that makes any sense to you in any way, I think that it's guarding against that with the Hermit, because the Hermit is not going to take that action. The Hermit won't do that. The Hermit is wise and wins battles with his wisdom, okay? With a very quiet wisdom, kind of like the phrase, less is more. You know, and that's, I think the advice here is to be careful of that type of energy, because you do have something new, a new beginning, you know, Ace of Wands. So, you know, that's fire, you know, fire signs. It could be with a fire sign. It could be, you know, and that's interesting because you start with the sun, you know, and you have the, you know, Ace of Fire also. So, you know, that's kind of interesting dynamic here. Let me see what the Ace of Fire. Ace, cool. Ace of Fire. Sounds like a 1980s band. All right, let's see what the Ace of Staffs, the Ace of Wands here might be alluding to here for past April. The Ace of Wands here, please, for Gemini. The Magician. Okay. Ooh, and the Moon. Okay. So this could be Aries, Taurus, something like that. This could be like something new and passionate coming your way. Could be a person. Could be somebody who is, you know, pretty kick-ass, knows how to manifest a lot of stuff. Like I said, could be Aries, could be Taurus. What else we got in here? Yeah, I mean, it could be any sign, really. There's a lot of them, you know, because the Magician is in control of all the elements anyway. But we do have the Moon card at the bottom, so I would caution that a little bit because there still might be some secrets, okay, in with this particular Magician. Which, yeah, I would definitely caution over that because a magician would easily be able to hide secrets, you know, because they are magicians. So, and we do have this overall theme of, you know, being sure of the truth with the King of Swords. So, wow. Yeah, damn it. This is weird. Okay, let's see. Let me give you guys a quick five card spread. Five card spread, please, for Gemini. Cut to the deepest, or not the deepest. Cut to the most important message, please, for Gemini. Definitely, I see. Oh, I hate it when that happens. You know, some of you starting new work, and definitely, you know, in a good way, you know, bring stability. Stability, like I said, is key for April. I think you guys will be seeing that happen. Oh, wow. All right. So the two cards that kind of I wasn't sure about picking because they were kind of loose in my stack there are the Devil and the Empress. Okay. So let's see what else we get here and see how those might tie in. King of Swords again showed up. And so did the Four of Cups again. And the Hermit again. Okay. So Devil card, Empress card. Okay, so with these two, all I can say, you know, if these like, you know, I think they were meant to come out there because they're both major arcana. So I'm kind of glad I went with them also. So I mean, it's all kind of the same message. So with this, you know, the Empress wants to expand. The Empress is about new beginnings and beauty and harmony. Sometimes about pregnancy. But you know, it's symbolic, you know, that way too. So, you know, for those of you who, you know, because I imagine the people who watch my videos are probably not in that age range, but maybe you are, I don't know. So sometimes it is about pregnancy. But it's just about giving birth to new ideas, expanding those ideas. And you have that Ace of Wands. So, you know, that makes sense too, you know, and the Devil card is kind of more a nemesis, you know, to this. This is staying codependent, staying chained to a situation, not being able to expand, okay? Not being able to break free, okay? Whereas the Empress wants to, you know, break free and you know, she's attractive, she's beautiful, she expands things, you know, and this can be male energy, what, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, he wants to expand, he wants to be, you know, all that kind of stuff, doesn't matter. So, you know, that's what those two are about. So that's two opposing forces going on there. You have the Fool card in the first position. So this is, again, about something new beginning. It's about it's asking for you to take a leap of faith into something new, okay? To, you know, break this chain of codependency, all right? And it's also asking, again, for truth, your highest truth, okay? The King of Swords is just full of that, and he has it, you know, that's the thing. And this is you, Gemini, because, you know, it's air sign, all right? So you need to come into your own truth and the highest you can. The King is the highest, okay? Let's see what else we got here. We've got the Hermit again. You know, we've got the Hermit. staring, at these kind of like mental energy-ish type cards again, Five of Swords, Four of Cups. So, lighting the lamp of wisdom on this stuff, and yeah, definitely. This is about like facing truths, knowing truths, taking action with the truth. Okay. That's taking action with the truth. And anything else I want to say? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, winning a mental battle isn't the battle, okay? I will stress that again. Winning something like in that way that I said before, like I gave the example, if I were in an argument, against somebody and I had the ability to win, the argument by certain means, and that might make me feel good temporarily, but in the long run, it will not benefit me. And it will not bring me into the Empress energy of expansion and growth and this new, leap of faith and adventure and things like that. It will just kind of temporarily satisfy my ego. Okay. So I think that the Hermit is really asking Gemini, to look at their highest wisdom and to call on that in these situations that will be going on in April. Okay. And, jobs look good. Money looked good. Okay. Get the big picture, view from above. And isn't that funny? I said that King of Swords right at the top of your reading, looking down on everything. He was like the view from above, and he's all about truth. And that's exactly what this card is saying. View from above, get the big picture. Because I still think there's something being hidden here. When I looked at that Ace of Wands at the end of your reading, there was still like, with that Magician and all of that, there's still something a little askew about that. So, just be careful of the offers that come into your life, and not in a dangerous way. I don't feel any danger vibe, but nothing like that. That's not where I'm going with this. I'm just talking about in general, your emotional self. Just be careful. Get the big picture, definitely. All right. And the other thing is navigating by the stars. Follow your bliss. And this is about new beginnings and that Fool card, okay, that we just had. And the Empress, what else fell into that category? I think at the very beginning of your reading, I said that this is, about your stability, but also about new beginnings and things like that. So navigating by the stars, follow your bliss, okay? And that's just damn good advice anyway, okay? All right, maybe get out, look at the night sky too. You did have that Four of Swords in there about like kind of relaxing. That's been a theme of yours for a few readings now also, like kind of, getting away from things and kind of taking time to rejuvenate yourself by yourself alone. And this one's, looking at the stars at night. So, maybe go outside at night and, sit in the backyard, look at the stars. All right. Maybe you'll get some good answers. Okay, Gemini, the looks, work stuff look good. Everything else, just view from above. I like that. Let's just go with that. Get the big picture. All right. All right, cool. All right. Oh, if you like it, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. My information is at the bottom of this description underneath the video. All right. Thanks.